Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. My name is Joanne, and in this video I want to talk a little bit about the OLEADA Coast Portfolio Satchel, which I have with me right here. And so OLEADA actually gifted this bag to me to do a review, and so I thought I would come on here and do my usual sort of review video to provide an overview of the bag, share my thoughts about it, as well as include a what fits and some mod shots. So definitely stick around if you're interested. Right off the bat, I want to say I was instantly drawn to this particular bag because I loved the look of it. I think it'd be such a good bag for work, and so I'm really excited to test it out. And on top of that, I just really love the look of it, especially with the leather and the coated canvas look. I really love this style. I actually have a tote bag that I adore from Saint Laurent that is that similar combination with leather and again canvas, and so this one instantly drew me in, and so I'm super happy to now have it in my hand so I can test it out and share my thoughts with you about it. I just want to start off actually with a really quick sort of background on the brand itself. So OLEADA is what they call a work style brand, and so what they really focus on is creating accessories such as bags really catered towards the working professional. And they're also focused on what they call practical luxury, so really not only paying attention to having a product look really good, but ensuring that it is also functional, so something that I highly value. So think of things like making sure something's lightweight, has lots of organization, is really functional and easy to use, and is user-friendly. And all those things are things that I personally value a lot and look for when I'm looking for a bag, specifically for work, but also just in general as well. I also do love that they are a women-owned brand, so definitely check out their website to read more about the brand, and also of course to see any of their other bag styles if you're really interested in the brand overall and maybe see something else that catches your eye. They also have a quiz tool on their website that you can check out and kind of play around with. It just gives them a better understanding so they understand how you like to work, and in turn also gives them a better idea in terms of the sorts of bags that you're looking for. So I will leave a link to the website down in the description box, including a 25% off discount. That's my personal code, and it's useful site-wide until April 10th. And they also currently have a promotion for a free pouch as well. So check that out if you're interested. All the information, of course, will be down in the description box. So moving on, in terms of shipping and packaging, they do offer shipping worldwide, and depending on where you live, they do have certain thresholds you can hit for free shipping, and all those details are on their website as usual. Of course, keep in mind that you will have to pay taxes and duties, and these, of course, again, are country specific, so definitely keep that in mind and check out all of that information. For me, I live in Canada, and in terms of shipping, it took about 2 weeks for it to arrive at my doorstep, and it was incredibly packaged. So right off the bat, I have to say their packaging is 10 out of 10. So the bag came really nicely wrapped in a branded, really sturdy, large box, and that was also again within another shipping box, so very sturdy. Inside it was wrapped like crazy, so all of it was protected. It was stuffed as well, and then it was also placed inside a plastic bag, so even if water did get into the packaging, luckily that would prevent it from getting wet. Included in the packaging was this little booklet right here, and it just provides a really brief background in terms of the brand, but it also showcases some of the other bags that they do also offer. It also includes kind of some information on the materials that they use, their recycling program, warranty and care, and then also some return and exchange information. So that was in the package as well. I have obviously cut this off, but the bag did come with these little tags right here. So it says, "Try me on, you'll be surprised," and it just has some information there as well. Obviously that you need to keep this tag on the bag if you do want to return it. And finally, it did also come with a large dust bag right here, and it just says OLEADA, and it's embroidered into the dust bag. On the bottom, it does say "Live freely, lead authentically," and then there's an additional embroidery on the back, and it just says "Move beyond business as usual," and it does have these little ribbons throughout the bag, so it is a drawstring bag, and that also matches the color of the embroidery. So this is the bag in question. Like I mentioned, this is the Coast Portfolio Satchel. This bag in particular is the color marble, but it does come in an additional color called sand, and that one's a nice kind of light brown color. So if you're interested, it does come in another option. They also, of course, have a ton of different leather bag options, but this one in particular, this style, is actually faux leather. So the black trimming, all of that is actually full leather, and then this main body is a coated canvas. And this is great because the canvas actually has a water resistant coating. So love the fact that this is such a worry-free option, especially if you are living in a climate where it kind of has all 4 seasons and you never really know what to expect. So love the fact that this is water resistant, and so like I mentioned, fuss free in terms of lugging it around in bad weather. I will leave the dimensions on the screen for you to reference, but it does have this really nice longer strap drop. I love this. It makes it so easy to throw on the shoulder, especially again in the colder weather when you have like a thicker jacket on. I just always love when bags have a nice strap length drop. Just makes it again really convenient to use. On the front, it has minimal branding. It just says OLEADA in gold foiling there. And throughout the bag and throughout the branding as well, it has this beautiful kind of curvature, and you'll see it through so many different details on the bag, and I really appreciate that. So just like I mentioned actually with these straps, it's really nice and thick, so super comfortable on the shoulder, but as you can see, it kind of gradually thins out. So I think that's just such a lovely detail, again, that they've kind of kept true to the brand and shown throughout the bag as well. So that's what that looks like. On the side, the zipper pulls are really nicely tucked in by the strap, and it also has some gold foiling there. This also does have 2 different zipper pulls, and they have this kind of shape here, and then the other one is like a little circle. And again, you can kind of see that shaping throughout the bag as well. It's the same thing on the other side. And on the back, something that I really appreciate is it has this little strap right here. So it's perfect to throw over your rolling luggage if you're traveling with this bag. So I love that. It's just a simple detail, but it makes it really convenient, especially when you are traveling and you just want to secure this to your rolling luggage. It's just such a nice little piece to have. And then on here, it also has, again, OLEADA in gold foiling there. On the bottom, it is the faux leather, and then it does actually come with feet. So I know a lot of people love to see the feet there, so it does have that. It's really nice. It keeps the bottom of your bag clean, especially when you are, for instance, again, traveling and shoving this in under the seat. You have that just to protect the bottom as well. Moving on to the inside, it does feature basically 3 different sections. So it has 2 sort of like open compartments on the sides, and on one of the sides it has 3 different pockets here. So it has 2 that are a little bit larger and one that is a little bit more narrow in the center. That one's perfect for things like pens or anything really narrow that you might have. The other one doesn't have any pockets, and that's the one that I will be putting my laptop in when I do need to bring it around. It's just such a nice and easy compartment to kind of separate it. Other than that, it has the center compartment that is fully zipped, so really nice to keep things secure. Really nice and smooth zipper. On the inside, again, it looks like this. On the back, it has a really nice, substantial, fully zippered back pocket. Goes all the way to the bottom as well. And then on the other side, it just has the same size pockets as one of the outer sections. So again, it has 2 kind of medium-sized pocket, and then in the center more of a narrow one. On the inside, it's all kind of like this microfiber texture, and I do appreciate actually that it is this lighter color. I find it makes it super easy to see all your things inside, and so that's something that I do really appreciate for this bag. Aside from that, it also comes with this detachable and adjustable crossbody strap. For me, I am, like I usually say, very petite. I'm just small in general as well. So I'm around 5'2" to 5'3", and in general, just a smaller person. So I definitely won't be using this, but I love that it does come with this option, and it easily just clips onto either end with these D-rings that are tucked away just on the side there. So super easy. I think it looks really nice as is with just the longer strap, and that's how I'm going to use this bag. But of course, love that this is an option if you are wanting to crossbody this, and the fact that you can remove it and also make adjustments if you need it. I will provide mod shots, of course, showing all the different ways you can wear this and how it looks on my body frame in particular. And I'll include shots of me wearing this with the longer crossbody as well, just for your reference. So in terms of what fits in the bag, I'm actually going to showcase kind of the maximum that you can fit in the bag versus the things that I would actually carry with me on a more day-to-day basis, just because I do know everyone is different and they definitely carry around different things with them. So I thought it would just give you a really good point of reference in terms of the types of things you can carry in this bag. And I'm actually going to change around the camera view just so you can get a better view of the actual bag when I'm putting things in and out of the bag, just because I find it, because it is a larger tote bag, it's really hard to see when I am looking at the camera. Right, so here is another view of the satchel, and this is the front of the bag and this is the back with the strap for your luggage. So this is sort of stuffed to the max, and I wouldn't normally carry all of the stuff specifically, so I'm going to first show you kind of what it fits if I were to super stuff it, but then I'm also going to change a couple of things around to show you what I would normally actually carry with me. So first off, in the front section, this does fit up to a 16-inch laptop, but that one would need to go into the center compartment. I don't personally own a laptop that big, however, I do have a 13-inch laptop, so this is a 13-inch, and I would say it could fit one slightly larger, maybe like a 14-inch as well, and that easily just slides into the front, and I feel like it's super secure as well, so I would honestly just do it without a case. On the back, it has those pockets that I mentioned, and I would keep my phone in one of them, so it's super easy to get to, and then in the other one that's slightly smaller, I actually have my work pass tucked in there again, so it's super easy access. I don't have anything that's small, but it can easily fit a pen or something like that, or even like lipstick. Anything that's very narrow can go into that center one, but that's pretty much it in terms of the side sections, just because once you really stuff the center compartment, it gets to be really hard to stuff the side ones too much unless you want it to kind of be misshapen. Like I mentioned, has two different zipper pulls, super smooth, and as you can see, I have a bunch of things in here. So first off, I do have this large 750 milliliter water bottle, so it does fit these larger ones, and it can zip up as well when they're in there. Aside from that, I have in the pockets here, I have just my planner here, and then my little pen case that I like to use. So that one's in the other slip pocket right here. Aside from that, I like to keep my things in a lot of pouches, so it fits all these things, but it does have this back zipper pocket too, which you can really utilize and fit whatever you like, especially if, let's say, I need to reorganize a bit more. This would be a great option. Right now, just because I have so many pouches, I haven't used that back zip pocket, but definitely something you can use and would want to, depending on what you have in here. But I do have this smaller pouch. It has kind of my day-to-day essentials, and then I also have this piece right here on the side. This is from Ted Baker, and this just has things like a nail file, some clippers, a little mini pair of scissors, tweezers, sorts of things. So I have that as well. On the center, I have this big pouch here from Longchamp. This again also has other secondary essentials, things like lash items, some other cream. I also put my little Kleenex holder there as well. So just a bunch of things, as well as like a charger. And then finally, tucked on this side, I actually have a little OLEADA 19. This is super convenient. So if I am just running out to maybe do an errand, grab some coffee, lunch, I can just take this instead of my entire work bag. So in here, I just have things like my wallet right here. I have some AirPods, and then I also have some keys in there as well. So I just throw that in so I know where these things are. And yeah, so that takes up quite a bit of space. And other than that, I would have everything I need for the day. Now, normally I wouldn't carry a laptop, so it's great because it does fit easily larger laptops as well. But me personally, I don't usually carry my laptop to and from, so what I would put instead is actually my work notebook. So this is a Coach Outlet notebook, and that I would actually slip in that outer pocket just because it's really easy to have it separate. If there's any other documents as well, I can easily stick it in there, but I can also just stick it in this main compartment if I want it to be extra secure with the zipper. Everything else I'm going to leave the same here on the inside. Now, one thing is I do try my best to bring lunch with me every time I'm in the office. So I just have this Tupperware right here for an example, but I do like that this isn't too narrow of a bag. So this actually fits perfectly on the bottom, even when you have things on the outer pockets. So that actually does sit flat on the bottom. So I'm just going to keep that there. Again, I also would normally carry a water bottle with me just because I have one at work. And even if I don't have a water bottle, there's mugs and glasses, so I can just get some water when I'm actually in the office. But so what I would normally stick in is basically everything else. So I would, again, stick this back in there. I would also have this piece right here. So I just kind of stick them on the edges. I would stick this back in on the side as well. And then honestly, I would just stick this pouch on the center. I also normally carry around with me an extra little cotton tote just in case I need to carry anything else. And yeah, that all fits super easily in the center, and I can zip that up without any issues. It's a little bit wiggly now that I'm starting to stuff things, but it closes without any issues as well. And then on the back, again, I just have my phone and my work pass. Overall, I think this is such a cute bag for all your work needs as well. I do think in comparison, it's just such a good option for, I guess, a more elevated look, especially if you're not a fan of backpacks or anything like that. I think this is a great option to consider for a work bag. But yeah, that is a video on the OLEADA Coast Portfolio Satchel. I hope you enjoyed it. If you have any questions though, definitely leave those in the comment section below and I'll do my best to answer them. Like I mentioned, again, they are currently offering a promotion, and so I do have a discount code that's available site-wide. It's 25% off, and it's available until April 10th. And they're also doing a promotion where you can get a free little pouch as well with your purchase. And all those details will be in the description box. But as always, thank you everyone who has watched my videos and those that subscribe. Really, really appreciate it. I hope you all have a wonderful day though, and I'll see you in the next video.